Hello and welcome back to almost an all-new episode. Well, it is a new episode of G-senjou no Maou. There was a big break in between again, and yeah, that's because my down phases get really bad recently, and I can't commit to anything currently. And then I'm always thinking, oh, this novel is still not finished, so yeah, so I sometimes get myself kicking into gear, and then I record an episode of this. So enough yabbering, just getting on with where we left off, hopefully. After the last 6 scenes. Great, hopefully. I don't know. Yusami Haru wandered alone through the bright city lights. It was quite chilly tonight. As she walked around aimlessly, she reprimanded herself for forgetting to borrow a coat from Kyosuke. Something was amiss. There were a scarce few young people hanging around the shopping district. No young men loitered outside the convenience stores. No girls gathered to chat near the clubs. The street corners typically used as meeting spots were completely stripped of waiting youth. The only people wandering the streets were middle-aged con artists. Wait, con artists? I think I only recently found out that con artists are actually trick betrayer or something like this. They are more or less thieves, but those of the cunning kind. As I said, trick betrayer would be, I think, the proper term if you would translate it from Germany. Because in Germany they are called Trickbetrüger, and it seems con artist means trick betrayer, so they betray the one they are haggling with, and tricking them into giving them money or some other things. They looked bored without any prey to ensnare. Haru decided to inquire about the strange state of things. She came upon a man leaning against the telephone pole, pressing buttons on his cell phone.
今、なんか街でやってるんですか?
Is there something happening in the city right now? He looked Haru up and down for a moment, before losing interest and shaking his head. Did he not like her jogging suit? Yeah, that's the issue. Whatever it is, it must be big, he said. In the end, the man she approached didn't seem to know any more than she did. He confirmed Haru's feelings, though. There was something eerie. No, wait, he confirmed Haru's feelings, though there was something eerie. Downright creepy about the whole situation. Central Boulevard hasn't been very peaceful over the past few months, thanks to the Yakuza power struggle. The police box in the center of the city testified to the amount of juvenile crime the city suffered. As Haru crossed the main street, a familiar face popped out of a back alley. Lupin, I mean Hashimoto-san. Is she referring to Dr. Lupin? I don't know. Hashimoto was wearing a hoodie and jeans and was accompanied by 2 boys in similar garb. Oh, that one. The hostage case still hadn't been made public. Even so, Hashimoto purportedly hadn't attended school since that night. What was he doing out at this time? Haru followed... Wait, what? Haru followed after him. 20 or 30 minutes passed as she followed him. At some point, the poison oozing from the bountiful neon lights had drained away. They were nearing the business district and would run into it shortly if they continued on course. All that awaited them there was a span of offices. There was nothing of interest in this area for young men. There was no sign that they realized they were being followed. Hashimoto was talking to the other two without a care in the world. They eventually arrived at the rather grandiose Sano Corporation building. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Well, isn't it a little bit bad if you try to hide with a wine red jogging suit? There were several luxury sedans parked in front of the entrance. Two men came out of the back seat of one such car. One seemed like an aging gentleman and the other a pale foreigner. The latter's well-built muscles barely stuffed into his dark grey suit. There was a slight bulge under his jacket, likely a handgun. The shocking point, though, was that the seemingly unrelated Hashimoto began to speak with them respectfully. Haru couldn't see their faces, and their voices were only faint. However, she could tell they had met before. The aging man waved at Hashimoto as if he knew him well. Haru noted that he was missing a finger. Hashimoto crawled into the parked car. The aging man and the pale foreigner stepped in behind him. The last man, the foreigner, ducked into the back seat only after eyeing the surrounding area suspiciously. A vague uneasiness coursed through Haru. What was going on here? Unable to chase after an automobile, she turned back the way she came. Before returning to Kyosuke's apartment, she stopped by her room. Haru frantically grabbed her violin case, then dashed back into the night. Why her violin case? That might have been Naito, the head of the Shin-A group. When she gets back, I ask Yusami about the situation outside.
マジっすか？こんな顔だったんですが。
For real? He looked like this. She grabs the notepad. Oh god, I'm pronunciating really badly today. She grabs the notepad I keep on my telephone stand and sketches a quick portrait. Wow. Yeah, probably him. Wait, you can even draw in that short amount of time? Naito was likely quite pleased to hear that Gonzo had died. He didn't appear at the Sorova meetings today or yesterday. Supposedly he's been ill.
もう一人の外人さんはこんな感じでした。
The foreigner looked like this. I thought she could vaguely make out the faces. She drew up another picture with amazing speed. I've got nothing on that one.
何か容器を感じませんか？
Don't you think it's strange? Well, it is fishy. We can check it out together tomorrow. We'll take my car. That way, on the off chance something similar happens, we'll be able to follow them. Yusami nodded and turned on the television.
ゴンゾーさんが亡くなられた件について、警察はどう動いているんですかね？
How will the police react to Gonzo-san's death? The news reported it as your everyday Yakuza warfare. Behind the scenes, the police have been investigating a criminal known as Maou for a while now. That's what Gonzo said anyway.
私たちも警察に知っていることを話した方が良さそうですね。
We should probably tell the police what we know about it. Nah, news has already spread that Maou is my brother, Samijima Kyohei. I'm sure the police have found that out by now. Detectives will probably come looking for me soon to ask. Soon to ask some questions.
魔王はこれまで異常なまでに警察の介入を恐れていましたね。
Maou once feared police intervention more than I had expected him to. Yeah, funny how things change. I heave a sigh and stare at Yusami. There's something I still want to ask you.
私がなぜ魔王を追っているかですね。
You want to know why I'm chasing Maou? Yeah, I figure I have right to know now. I figure I have a right to know now. I had an idea though.
浅井さんほどのマニアであれば、私の母がどうして亡くなったかはご存知ですね。
A classical music nerd as big as you probably knows how my mother died. Yeah, it was at a theater in Moscow, wasn't it? Terrorists bombed the place doing a performance. Wait, is that the same day he vanished? So wait. So his brother bombed... Wait, his brother was the one bombing the place? Terrorists bombed the place doing a performance.
テロの目的はコンサートに招かれていた中東の国の大使だったそうですが、母も巻き添えになりました。
Oh, okay. It isn't the case. Their target was a Middle Eastern ambassador who had been invited to the concert, but my mother got caught in the crossfire. Was that your first encounter with Maou?
ええ。お前は宇佐美の娘かと聞かれました。まあ、話すと長くなりますんで。
Yeah, he asked me if I was the daughter of Usami. Well, it's a long story. You mean as long as this story already goes on? I ask some other time. By the way, what's that? I pointed to a violin case laying against the back of the sofa.
なんすかね。
I wonder... Did you change your mind about playing for me?
どうすかね。
Maybe. What do you mean, maybe? She reminded me of the old Usami a bit. I lay down on the sofa and jerked my chin at her. Like to interview you, Mishima-san.
何ニタニタしてんすか。
What's with the grin? I hear you were born in Germany. Is that right?
まあ。
Yeah? Yeah, so, when someone says Germany, the first thing that comes to mind is automobiles. Am I right? Is it? Maybe?
浅井さんのドイツはそんなですか。
I guess we know the first thing that comes to your mind.
って、
Wait!
なんで自分がツッコミに回らなくてはならないんですか。
Since when am I the one teasing you for stupid comments? Feels weird, right? It's usually the other way around. If you don't like it, you could always just give me a straight answer.
わかりましたよ。
Alright. Did you like chocolate as a kid?
え?
I mean, Japan has a good variety of chocolate, but Europe is its very birthplace. Is it?
まあ、店の前でジタバタしてた記憶はありますね。買ってくれないと動かないみたいな。
Well, I recall throwing a few tantrums in front of a candy shop. Or in front of candy shops, plural. I used to say things like, I'm not moving from this spot until you buy me chocolate. Sounds like a normal little girl. Did you watch flamenco performances often?
それスペインっすけどね。まあ、旅行で一度見に行きましたね。舞台上で女の人が真っ赤なドレス着て踊ってるんですよ。自分2歳くらいだったと思うんですが、今でもなんとなく覚えてます。
That's Spain. I went to Spain on a trip once, though. I remember seeing a woman dance on a stage in a red dress. I think I was about 2 at the time. I wonder how I still remember that. Well, because you have an amazing mind. Did you like to go out and dance as a child?
いえ、全然。自分は子供の頃から凄まじいインドアっぷりでしたから。
No, I've always been a homebody. So, did you play house then?
やってましたね。人形とか買ってもらってました。向こうの人形はやたらリアルでしてね、顔立ちとかちょっと怖いんすよ。
Yeah, my mother used to buy me dolls. The dolls over there are really realistic. Their facial features are uncanny. Did your dad ever send you a doll from Japan? Like that one doll? You know, the one was all the rage. Kari-chan? Or something? My skills as an interviewer are somewhat lacking.
ああ、ありましたね。でも、あれはドイツの友達に貸したっきりですね。
Ooh. Yeah, he did. I lent it to a friend in Germany and never got it back. They never gave it back?
いや、なんて言うんですかね。そういう感じなんですよ、向こうは。貸してあげるって言っても、一度持ったら自分のものみたいなところがあって。
That's a bold statement. Well, you know, that's just how it goes over there. If you say you lent someone something, they'll consider it theirs. I can neither confirm nor deny it entirely, but I'm more denying than confirm that. Out of personal experience. Yeah, I've heard that. Foreigners just take pens or paper without any bad intentions.
ちなみに、自分がちょっとずうずうしいのもそこから来ています。
That's why I can be a little shameless sometimes. Bull.
でもまあ、日本に戻ってきた時は正直きつかったですね。
It made things pretty hard when I came to Japan. The difference in customs, did you mean? Wait, the difference in custom did, you mean?
まず給食っすかね。なんでみんなと同じもん食うんだよとか思ってましたね。
Yeah, take school lunches for instance. I was annoyed at having to eat the same thing everyone else ate. Oh, and that wasn't because you weren't used to Japanese food?
いや、ドイツでも和食だったんすけどね。なんでしょう。こっちって余ったもの分け合ったりするじゃないですか。気使うじゃないですか、なんか。
Oh. Nah, I ate Japanese food in Germany too. And another thing, over here, people are more open to giving others the food they don't want. They are more considerate. Isn't that a good thing?
そうなんでしょうけど、余ったプリンとか自分が全部いただいたことがあるんですよ。そしたらなんか、みんなの視線が冷たくなって。
Yeah, but there was this one time when everyone gave me their puddings. I got so many weird looks from that. Well, it happens to everyone at one time or another. The weird looks, I mean.
向こうは自分は自分みたいな感じでしてね。すごいのになると昼食にキャベツとか持ってくることがいまして。でも全然浮いてないです。キャベツで OK なんです。
The fuck? Over there, it's like you're your own person. Like, in extreme cases, you might have someone bring in cabbage for lunch, but he wouldn't stand out at all. Cabbage was fair game. Are you actually mean what I think you mean? They bring in a whole cabbage to... No, that can't be it. I must be mistaken what cabbage means. Wait, what? Oh, no! So there's the thing to cabbage, which basically means steal, but that's not what she means. Someone bring in cabbage? Yeah, yes. Why would someone bring a cabbage for lunch? Why would someone bring a whole thing of cabbage? Peel one leaf off and then that's so weird. That sounds like bullshit, but we can roll with it. What kind of place did you live in? Thanks for pointing out the bullshit.
ケルンにいた時は大自然に囲まれてましたね。近くに牧場がありました。と言っても田舎という感じでもなく、とにかく広かったです。
I was surrounded by nature when I lived near Cologne. There was a farm nearby. I wouldn't exactly call it a rural countryside, but it still seemed like a wide open expanse, I guess. It seemed big for some reason. I also hear you lived in Tomanbetsu City once. Is that correct?
そうですけど、今と昔じゃ大違いですよ。10年前はセントラル街なんてなかったじゃないですか。
Yeah, but it was a lot different from what it is now. And years ago, there was no Central Boulevard, remember? Ah, so that's why you were a little lost when you first arrived last year. Central Boulevard practically popped up overnight to US residents too. It went up quite quickly. Is it true that city development is something the Europeans tend to take slowly?
人も時間ものんびりです。日本みたいに小さな個人商店が大きなスーパーに変わってるようなこともないです。
Wait, what? Yeah, everything's laid back there. You don't hear stories about mom and dad pop dailies becoming huge supermarkets like you do in Japan. They have higher ceilings over there too. Your violin must have echoed quite a bit.
ですね。日本で暮らしてた時はとにかく音がブワーッとこもる感じで慣れるまで時間がかかりましたね。
Actually, it sounds stupid, but it's true. When I came to Japan, it felt a lot louder because the sound was more condensed. It took a bit of getting used to. We finally got to talking about the violin. Did you start playing the violin because of your mother's influence?
でしょうかね。母のコンサートとか見て綺麗だなって思ってました。
Yeah, I loved my mother's concerts as a little girl. The music was so beautiful. But of all things, the violin?
ええ、楽器は高価だし目指す人も多いし、私がやってみるって言った時、母も複雑な顔してましたね。
Yeah, instruments are expensive, and lots of people aspire to play them. When I said I wanted to try it, my mother looked a little worried. Kids don't usually think about consequences down the line.
最初は弾けたら楽しいっていうだけでやってましたよ。音楽教室に通ってたんですが、先生の前で弾くといつも手を叩いて喜んでくれるんです。
I first picked up the violin just because it looked fun. Then, when I played in front of my music teacher, he'd clap his hands and praise me. Yusami looked happy as she reminisced on days gone by.
母も仕事が忙しく、よく家を空けていたんですがね。帰ってくるたびに褒めてくれました。またちょっと上手くなったねって。自分はそれが嬉しくて、今度はもっと褒めてもらおうとか、ワクワクしながら練習してました。
With mom so busy with work, she wasn't in much, so each time she came back, she said, I had improved a lot. It made me so happy. I eventually grew to love practicing, just so I could be praised more. I see.
だもんで、学校が終わったら夜中までこもって弾いてましたね。寝るか食うかバイオリンか。そんな毎日が半年くらい続きました。
Oh man. I'd play for the moment I got home from school, straight through the night. Eat, sleep, play violin. That was my daily life for about 6 months. Oh? How were the recitals? Recitals? What's that? Recitals? Recitals? I don't know. I want to know what it means. There we go. Oh.
グループで同じ曲を弾くんすけどね。自分だけなぜかちょっと目立ってたらしいですね。終わった後、あなたはバイオリンが大好きでしょうとか言われました。
We all played the same song in a group. For some reason, though, I stood out. When we finished playing, people would come up to me and comment on how much I must love to play. It sure sounds like she does, at least.
それからは もっといろんな人の前で弾いてみたいとか思うようになりまして。
At some point, I thought that I'd like to let lots of people hear me play. Her smile was no less than cherubic?
それで母も本格的に自分に教えてくれるようになりましてね。
That was when my mother began to teach me personally. I never knew this Yusami, this innocent girl who spoke with a sparkle in her eyes.
本気を出した母は厳しかったですよ。何をやっても無駄でした。いかに自分が感覚だけでやってたか分かったのは、日本であるコンクールに出た時なんです。
Mom was really strict when she got serious. No matter what I did, it wasn't good enough. I never knew how poor my technique was until I participated in a certain Japanese contest. Oh?
とにかくやたら怖いんです。静かですし、真っ暗ですし、審査員の方はクールですし。
It was terrifying. The audition hall was quiet and dark, and the judges were cold. Are contests in the West more friendly?
発表会に近い温かさがありましたね。だもんで、結果はひどかったですよ。
Yeah, it's more like playing a recital over there. Anyway, they weren't impressed. Yeah, well, contests in Japan are probably concerned with intonation, rhythmic accuracy, and other such technicalities more than overall interpretation.
一応、海外なら評価されるでしょうという一言をいただきましたが、とにかく思い知らされました。だから、バイオリンの持ち方、構え方から見直して、猛練習したんです。
They mentioned that my performance would have been well received in any other nation, but the judgment made me think twice about my style. I decided I'd go back to basics to correct my bad technique. I even relearned how to hold the instrument. Did you ever go off to a music camp?
行きました。今海外で活躍しているようなことも一緒になりましたね。こんなすごいこと一緒になっていいのかなとか、ビクビクしてました。
I did. Some of the kids I was with are now touring the world with their instruments. I was kind of nervous being surrounded by such talented prodigies. I didn't feel worthy. I can't even imagine Yusami being nervous. Did you get stiff shoulders?
いえ、むしろ痛いのは背中ですね。あとは写真とか撮るといつも左肩が上がってるとか言われましたね。筋肉が変についちゃって。
Wait, what? No, but my back started to hurt, and when I had my picture taken, I was told my left shoulder seemed a little elevated. I must have built up some muscle on it. She shut her mouth as if remembering her normal personality.
まあ、今はそんな悩みもありませんが。
Well, I don't have to deal with those kinds of problems anymore. She forced a self-depressing smile, but it couldn't hide her sadness. It wasn't fun to look at. Self-depressing? Right? Well, where is it? There. No, it's not there. Where is it? Sometimes it's hard to find the white... Oh wait, is it this? There we go. Wait, self-depressing. There we go. Okay, self-irony. Being humble, it seems. Oh. You wanted to be a soloist, right?
ええ、オーケストラは気遣いますね。自分のせいでアンサンブルを乱したらとか思うと無理でした。
Yeah, when playing in an orchestra, you have to be more thoughtful. I kept worrying that I'd screw up the ensemble, so I couldn't do it. You must have been pretty timid as a kid. But you don't have to worry about that in front of me.
Eh?
I speak to her gently, and Yusumi's face returns to that of the young girl again. You want to play in front of a lot of people, right?
Oh.
Then let me hear you. This place is soundproofed fairly well, and it had better be for how expensive it is. Even if you screw up, only I can hear it. Yusumi's shoulders shook a little. She took a deep breath, then stared at her violin case. Haru? When I call her, she looks up at me.
わかりました。京介くんになら。
Alright, I'll do it for you. She scurries to grab the case as she blushes. She opens the case gently as one would open a jewelry box. Inside the solid case was the clothes sack. I could tell just from that how much care she put into her instrument. Then, from out of the sack, she pulled a beautiful, aging, glossy violin. Damn, that looks pretty expensive.
実に浅井さんらしい意見ですが、お金には変えられません。
That sounds like something you'd say, but I would call it priceless. It must be the violin her mother used.
ちょっとお待ちを。
Wait a sec. She rummaged through the bag she had brought along with the case.
チューナーとか持ってないですよね。
You don't have a tuner, do you? Nah, I'm just a fan after all. I don't play.
参りました。忘れてきたようです。
I seem to have forgotten mine. Hey now, you're not going to leave me blue-balled, are you? Though, since violins are made of wood, the change in temperature or humidity between her place and mine might have thrown the strings out of tune.
いいんですか?
Are you sure? Yeah, go for it. If it were the rainy season, though, I might be singing a different tune. When the air is exceptionally humid, the strings stretch easily, sending the pitch and timbre straight to hell.
一応毎日チューニングはしてるんですが。
I do tune it every day, I guess. Oh, so you still practice daily?
いえいえ、手入れをしているだけで演奏はしていません。
Oh no, I just keep the instrument in good shape. I don't actually play it. So she's just attached to it?
不本意ですが、わかりました。
As reluctant as I am, alright, I'll do it. She takes a black bar of what looks like soap into her hand. Is that pine resin?
よくご存知で。
You're well informed. It's commonly called rosin, and she's going to apply it to her horsehair bow. She lightly presses her bow to the bar and glides along it, top to bottom.
意外と覚えているもんですね。
I'm surprised I still remember. Remember what?
いえ、つけすぎるのも良くないし、かといって足りないと音が弱くなってしまうんです。
Huh? Oh, I mean, it's not a good idea to put too much on, but if you put too little on, the sound weakens. So her body still remembers how much to apply.
浅井さん、食器洗い用のスポンジか何かもらえませんか?
Azai-san, do you have a dish sponge or something I could use?
長らく弾いてないもので、片当てがなくて。
I haven't played for a long time, so I don't have a shoulder rest. Oh.
使わない方も多いですが、自分は服の下に入れると結構安定するんで。
There are lots of people who don't use one, but I feel more relaxed with one under my clothes. But will a dish sponge really do?
ええ、自分はよくそれで練習してましたから。
Yeah, I always practiced with dish sponges. Alright, do you have a chin rest?
ついてます。と言っても、化粧をしているわけではないので、そこまで気にしなくても。
Yeah, though I'm not wearing makeup or anything, so it wouldn't really matter if I didn't. What the heck? What if you sweat on the violin?
そんな激しい曲を弾かせるつもりですか？
Are you going to make me play something that'll make me sweat? Well, start off with some Bach, I guess.
やはりですか。まあ、バッハは私も好きです。
I knew it. Oh well, I like Bach too. Hey now, who do you think you're talking to saying you like Bach? What do you know about Bach?
バッハの数学的な才能に惹かれました。
I was captivated by Bach's mathematical talent. Oh, so you do know your stuff. He wrote a song that's the same whether you play it forwards or backwards.
ええ、まるで怪文みたいに。本当に神秘的な人です。
Right, like a palindrome. What a mysterious guy. Alright then, I've got it. Play G-senjou, Joy of Man's Desiring.
いけって楽譜もないのに。
But I don't have the sheet music. You can't just play it from memory? What's the rumor about Mishima Haruna being able to play any song after hearing it once? Just a rumor after all?
どこからそんなデマが。まあ、なんとなくでよければ聞いてみせましょう。
Where did you hear that nonsense? Well, if it's what you want, I guess I could try. I'll let you play as half-assed as you want today.
今日のところはって今後もあるんですか？
Today? Will there be a next time? Of course. You're my woman, aren't you? Yeah, you're totally married already. Sure. Well, couldn't you just say you're my girlfriend after all? Why are you saying my woman? It sounds a little bit... I don't know. I mean, it should be... It's nice that he already considers a woman. I mean, not in a condescending way, but in a praising way, because he already sees them being married. Then when you... Well, actually... No, he hasn't said wife, so it is a little bit condescending. I don't even know what to say anymore. You're my wife, aren't you? No, he didn't say that, but woman, you're my woman. Oh man, he sounds like a perm. You're my woman, baby. Something stupid like that. In any case... Embarrassed, Yusami starts preparing to play. Oh man, I'm turning off the lights.
またそうやってハードルを上げる。
There you go, raising the bar again. Darkness permeated my room. Ah, wait, I changed my mind. Play Air on the G string. Uh-oh.
浅井さんが一番好きな曲ですか。わがままさんですね。
Your favorite song? You sure are spoiled, you know that. Grumbling, Yusami takes up the bow and puts the violin to her left shoulder. Yusami's slender body stands in the moonlight. With hair down her legs, she shuts her eyes as if going to sleep. Oh, that's a great pose. She was different from the usual Yusami. There was something mysterious about her. Do you need to warm up?
結構です。
No, I'm fine. She answered bluntly. She lightly grips the bow with her right hand and brings her left hand to the violin's neck. I noticed the calluses on Yusami's fingertips when we made love. Her touch was rough and gritty. I noticed the calluses. What is a calluses? How can a touch be rough and gritty? I don't even... What? Colors. There we go. Okay, something is hard or... I don't know. She must have practiced intensely all her life. Those same fingertips now slowly descend to the fingerboard and lightly press the strings. I take a deep breath in anticipation and await her first note with sweaty palms. I'm confident, sure that the melody she plays will be stunningly beautiful even though she couldn't tune it. That was flavor text. At this very moonlit moment, I'm completely enchanted by the girl known as Yusami Haru. Her bow reaches for the G string, the string that plays the lowest sound.
すみません。
I'm sorry. At first it was nothing but a whisper.
いませんか?
Don't you see him? Then her well-formed eyebrow twitched.
ほら、F ホールを這い上がって、G 線の上に。
What? Look, he's crawling out of the F hole and onto the G string. Ah! Then a sound like fingernails on a blackboard resounded through the room. I think that's why they call it devil on G string.
悪魔がいませんか?
Don't you see the devil there? I couldn't believe my ears.
すみません。Hadai-san.
I'm sorry, Hadai-san. She starts shaking.
私には無理です。
I can't do it. What? What did Yusumi just say? The devil?
ええ、邪魔をするんです。いつも。すみません、おかしなこと言って。
Yes, he always interferes every time. Every damn time. I'm sorry. I'm saying weird things. I've heard of performers with prodigal talent who put themselves in a trance-like state as they play. Sometimes it allows them to suppress physical and emotional pain during a performance. And sometimes, when they've achieved a state of complete ecstasy, they begin to see fairies, or hear the devil's whispers.
やっぱりいませんね。すみません、ドン引きさせてしまって。
Right, I know there's nothing there. Sorry, you must be getting freaked out at my weirdness. It sounded like a joke coming from her, but Yusami's body was shaking abnormally.
思い出すんです。
It just makes me remember. She took a few shallow breaths.
母の指がバイオリンのG線にかかり、ひときわ力強い低音が響いたその瞬間。
It makes me remember when my mother's bow reached for this same G string, and that loud, low, damnable demon rumbling went through the whole theater. Yusami! That rumbling drowned out her mother's beautiful melody. The earth shook and Haru's body was tossed into the air. The sound burst her sensitive eardrums as destruction rained down, raging across the theater. It was the blast of a bomb. What the fuck? Well, now we know why it's called Devil on G-string. I think I said this already, but still. So the bomb blew up in this and was so strong that it was in the theater itself? The stage, the seating area, the balcony, the boxes, everything vomited smoke into the air. Screams littered the atmosphere. Unintelligible screams of pain and terror. Haru saw someone lying on the ground on the other side of the theater. She saw other things which had lost all semblance of humanity. She saw fragments, pieces of human beings. Chunk of flesh decorated puddles of blood right before her very eyes. Something that looked like a tree branch had landed near the ruins of a crumbled marble pillar. It was an arm, ripped out of its socket. A man sat on the ground near Haru, clinging to one of the chairs. He was holding his stomach, as if in desperate prayer. Something soft of a dull color splashed out onto the ground. It was his intestine. There was blood everywhere. Everything was burned and blackened. All that remained were the dead and dying. The smoke had frozen the girl so tightly that she wasn't even able to close her eyes. The world around her had completely changed. Her mother's skillful performance had at some point become an ensemble of low-pitched groaning. There were screams, and at the same time, a barrage of automatic weapons fired. The shots fired mercilessly in front of her. A few streams of blood surged out like snakes. Only after seeing that was she finally able to clench her teeth in fear. Death was near. Sometime after she had finally accepted her inevitable death, a voice called out to her. Called out for her. Haru! Haru! It said, seeking the girl. She tried to squeeze out a reply, but couldn't. Her mother had been an expert at manipulating sound at will, yet the only response Haru was able to offer her, a response that would turn out to be her final words to her mother, was a raspy wheezing that hardly qualified as speech.
Usami no musume ka?
Are you Usami's daughter? A new voice called her. This time a calm one from above her. He was dressed head to toe in black. The balaclava he wore covered his face, but his eyes laughed boldly at her. The man's figure, distorted from the hot air, seemed akin to one of the devils straight out of hell.
Usami, Haru da.
Usami Haru, correct? What answer the girl gave the devil, she does not remember. But she must have given him a name. The devil returned a scornful smile. Some Middle Eastern language was being shouted about. The devil replied in the same tongue. The blood at his feet splashed.
私は魔王だ。また会えるといいな、勇者。
I am the Maou. Let's meet again, hero. After that, something inside the girl broke. Like a violin missing a string, her heart stopped functioning normally. In exchange, she gained hatred. She gained hatred at the cost of her ability to play the violin. Yusami's breathing was becoming rough, and her face was getting so pale that I was able to notice it from the moonlight alone.
殺したんです。魔王は私の母を、いいえ、私からバイオリンを奪ったんです。
He killed her. Maou took my mother. No, he took the violin from me. I know. Now calm down.
ごめんなさい、京介くん。
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Kyosuke-kun.
いけるかなって思ったの。
I thought I might be able to play it.
京介くんの前なら、京介くんのためならいけるかなって。
If you were with me, if it all was for you, I thought I could. Why is Yusami, a passingly normal young woman, chasing the dangerous terrorist Maou? I finally understood the reason behind that reckless act.
ダメだった。ごめんなさい。
But I couldn't. I'm so sorry. She was merely wandering around, grief-stricken, searching for salvation. I see. You did well to tell me.
ごめんね。
I'm sorry. It's all right.
楽しみにしてたのに。
I'm sorry. We're looking forward to it so much. Don't worry about it. It was my fault. I reach out to hold Yusami. Don't worry about it. I'll do something about it.
なんとか。
Something? The tone suddenly lost all emotion. Yeah, I'll catch Maou. That seemed the only way to save Yusami.
捕まえる。
Catch him! Her eyes went wide. Despite all the experiences we shared, we were still different people. I didn't understand a single ounce of Yusami's despair.
違います。殺すんです。
No! Kill him! That night, I learned of the demon in Yusami Haru's heart. The chains, which we inherited from our parents, have become our very own karma, binding us into an eternal winter. You'll be able to play again someday. No, I'll make her able to play. I'll do it with my own hands, not through unheard prayers to a useless god as I used to. As one single human, as one single man, I'll protect Haru. That last sentence. We had sex many times that night. What was it? Was it your mutual hate sex to Maou? Well, I mean, it can take the edge of a lot of things, and good for you that you do it many times in the night. I mean, that's great. And I mean, but it just was so uncalled for. We sought each other like animals, and I released my seed inside Haru. It was a violent sex. I knew it. I knew it. Hate sex, violent sex. Sex aimed at capturing the other's soul. The night wore on, and as exhaustion took us, we fell asleep in each other's arms. Wow, that's violent hate sex for one entity. I knew it. I mean, I knew that was coming, and I don't know why I go so weird with my voice. I don't.
待ちわびた。
Okay, I've waited a long time for this. And what that is, you will find out in the next episode of G-senjou no Maou. I hope you enjoyed the play so far, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Stay tuned.